Okay, let's talk about the ultimate form of sex work, which is prostitution.
I paid for pussy. Yeah, I went to a brothel.
Kazumi, you're
Sorry,
an outlier.
I don't count.
You're an
I
outlier.
don't count,
You're
so
an
I should have
outlier.
just not mentioned
It's
it.
very legal
Okay.
where I'm from.
I've recently been thinking about hiring a male escort.
Same here. I
Okay,
just want to try it.
So just generally speaking, though, of the people in the entire world, or we could say the entire world, or we can say the United States, of the people that pay for sex, is it men or is it women?
It's probably men, but that's just because women are demonized when they try to be a sexual being.
Yeah.
No,
Also, if you
also,
go,
a
it's
woman
like
who-
not I feel like for men with the hormone difference, it's like just, yeah, like good. It just is what it is.
I've
It's not.
There is a biological reality to it.
Yeah.
Due to testosterone.
Circling back to your point, though, regardless of if more women were approaching men, I don't think that it would affect sex work at all. Because truthfully, people will always want to be sexual beings regardless of if they're in a relationship, if they're single, if they're being approached, whatever. Like, I'm in a relationship. Does that mean I'm not allowed to watch porn anymore? No. Does that mean I'm not allowed to pursue other sexual experiences if I feel like I need it in my partner and I want to come to an agreement about it? The work is always going to be there because there's always going to be a demand, regardless of if men are getting approached by women more or not.
But the point is, these industries would not be as prominent as they are if it wasn't for men and men's lack of attention from the opposite sex.
You can say that about anything, Brian. You could say that about freaking Walmart. Imagine, like, back in the day when, okay, let me say something else. Takeout restaurants, Chinese food. I, as a person, can learn how to make Chinese food at home. And I can cook it myself and not have to go out, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes it's just more convenient to go out and buy it. Just because I know how to make it at home. Or better example, I went to college for fashion. I graduated with a fashion design. I've been sewing since I was 10 years old. I could tell you so much about that shirt that you're wearing right now, and it wouldn't sound like English to you, right? I know how to make my own clothes. Does that mean I make all of my own clothes all the time? No.
I'm not sure I'm following, but But
I know how to make my own clothes. Does that mean I make all of the clothes myself? No, because sometimes it's much easier to go out and buy those clothes. So circling back to your point, just because in a world if men were getting approached by women, sometimes you just gotta let it out, and that means watching porn or hiring an escort to do that. It's not going anywhere.
Unrelated. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I've been to Magic Mike a million times, and every night it is fucking packed, bro. And
I've been in Vegas or some shit.
Yeah, it's that male strip show.
Yeah.
Also, I've also been to Thunder Down Under, and I had to fight for a reservation. I'm sorry.
It's a special thing.
Yeah, it's
in
a special
Vegas,
thing. No,
like,
I wish it was in every major city. I'm sure the reason why it's packed out is because there's only so many few male review shows.
What is the point of a business? To make money, right?
Yeah. If there was more... there's a strip club in Santa Barbara with female strippers. If there was a male strip club in Santa Barbara, it would go out of business. You literally don't know that.
100% it would go out of business.
Magic Mike people
I want to go.
There's not a, there's
I would go.
Down.
Really?
there's not a demand for it.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. I'm sure there are many women in Santa
Kazumi.
Barbara who would really want to see that because it's
These
not
college
available.
girls with the
Kazumi.
amount of guys that we deal with.
Yo.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bro, girls don't spend money like that.
Yes,
I don't
we
think
do.
We do. We literally are telling you.
We're telling you that we want to spend money like that, and you are saying that.
Hold on.
you just like to argue.
No. But I'm righteous here.
But you're not.
You literally aren't. No.
If there
the
was a
why
market, hold on. I'll let you go, but hold on. If there was a market for it,
There is.
if there was a market for it, there would be a strip club in Santa Barbara. There would a male strip club in Santa Barbara. There'd be a male strip club in all the cities that there's a female strip club. Tell you what, Kazumi, you're a high earner. You have the money to invest. Open a male strip club in Santa Barbara.
But look at the tiny strip club.
Open a male
that's
strip
here.
club. Put your money where your mouth is.
I just wouldn't do it in a location like Santa Barbara because
why?
because I live in LA.
Because it would fail.
No, because I literally live
Hire
in
a
Los-
manager. Hire someone to manage it
I
here in
think
Santa Barbara.
If you want to see some male strippers here, sure. I'll put it in LA and
It
that'll
might
be
do
fine.
okay in LA because LA is a major city.
Let me
No,
know
it's
when you
probably
open
because I
it.
just literally live there, dude. Like
I'll be
that's the
there.
main reason. Like
Okay.
it's like I'm literally
support
telling you that there are women who would pay. It's packed. I had to fight for a reservation, and the reason why is because there's only so few male review shows. Dude, I have also a lot of homegirls who've paid for male escorts. It's a lot more
The
prevalent
demand
than
is not there, Kazumi.
The demand is
demand
there.
Yeah, I just said it.
Okay, here's the
said
thing.
there was.
There's
the
not-
demand
there's
is
not a-
there, but it's not as great as a demand as for female performers, and I think that's what you're saying.
Right,
But
that's
you
what I'm
can't-
saying.
But you cannot say that
I'm
there
not
isn't
saying
a
that
demand.
there's a zero demand. There's probably some women
You
in
just
Santa
said
Barbara.
there is no demand.
Yeah.
When I say there is no demand, I don't mean that there is absolutely zero demand. I'm saying that the demand is not sufficient enough.
Say that instead.
He's rounding.
Well,
like,
well, what I'm saying
it's
is
just-
like say that instead.
But
because
I
there
am
is a demand.
essentially. But okay, if there's one girl in Santa Barbara that would be willing to go to a male strip club, that is not a sufficient amount of people to make that a profitable business.
me ask you.
Therefore, there is not a demand.
Let me ask you something.
Because
okay?
for the business to work, there must be a sufficient demand for it to make
I
money
want to ask you
and for it to
something,
work.
Brian.
Go
I
ahead.
want to ask you something, all right? So let's say a male strip club did open up in Santa Barbara. Can you tell me, how long have you been in Santa Barbara?
94.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about this town? You know, like what are like the statistics? Like, how do people normally act here? Do people here normally come from religious households? Do people here come from like traditional households? Like, I want to know what the social life is
Santa
like
Barbara's
here.
a very liberal city.
Very liberal.
I'd say it's a very liberal city.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's say a male strip club did open, and girls go. It's a college town. Girls talk. What if there's a guy who goes and sees all these women here and is like, whoa, why are you here? Why are you doing this? What the point I'm trying to get at is men can comfortably be in a strip club setting like that, whereas women normally can't, because again, we are demonized when we want to express ourselves as sexual beings. We'll get slut shamed, we'll get questioned. Whereas, you know, if a guy told me he went to a strip club, it would be like, okay, no big deal, you went to a strip club. If I told somebody I went to a strip club, they would be like, why were you at a strip club?
Nobody
Why
would
you
say
do
that.
Absolutely,
Nobody
they
say-
would.
And actually, male sexuality is more demonized in today's day and age than female sexuality.
Okay, but aren't we talking about generalities here?
I'm
Aren't we
I'm not
talking
sure I-
about
I'm
in
not sure I
general?
follow.
Haven't we been talking about in general this entire time? And in general, women are more demonized. We're literally slut shamed all the time for wearing a top that shows too much of our boobs
And
or
if
blah,
we,
blah.
I don't know if you saw that recent story. If we so much as even glance at a woman in the gym, I don't know if you saw that.
Okay, that shit is
famous-
crazy. And I think
Bro,
that shit
but
got
that,
out of hand.
But girls will say, "Oh, some fucking creeper stared at me. He just looked in my direction."
I think that
male
got out of hand.
male sexuality is now being demonized.
And I don't think that's right. And I want to say, like, I think that situation got really out of
And
hand.
it's not even sexuality. It's just some poor guy in a gym who doesn't even consent to being
And
filmed, being blasted on
and
social media for glancing in a girl's
I
direction.
agree that is so wrong. My point is that no gender should be demonized for expressing their sexuality. And also that entire thing was literally insane and actually so dangerous, because there are women now posting videos of themselves not being able to finish their rep.
I saw that.
Only being able to like ask men for help, and men will just ignore them. And that is such a dangerous situation. And I think that sucks. And I think that's super bad. But what I'm saying is there is a demand. Women are just as sexual as men.
Sometimes.
I'm not sure I fully agree with that.
There are some guys who aren't really into sex, just like there are some girls who aren't really into sex.
I mean, I think women can enjoy sex more than men, but I think men have a much stronger desire to have sex than women, generally speaking, because of testosterone.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Let's